In a world filled with sale emails and BOGO sales and checkout aisle specials and haul videos and purchasable Instagram posts, it's so easy to buy things that you don't necessarily need. And that is the complete opposite of a minimalist lifestyle. Now, I'm not telling you to go and live with 3 things in your house, but the whole idea behind this more minimalist lifestyle, and it's something that Chad and I have been working on, especially as we're getting ready to bring another family member who's gonna come with her own bunch of stuff into the house, is that we're just trying to reduce the amount of stuff we have so that it's important stuff that we actually need and we actually love. So in this video, this is actually our second installment of the Minimalist Lifestyle series. I'm gonna share with you some tips on how you can reduce the amount of stuff in your home so that you have things that you love and that you really need, and you can say bye to the rest. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel and give this video a thumbs up if you want to find out ways to live with less. When you're making a buying decision, always think about quantity versus quality. Quantity means you're buying something because you can buy a lot of it for a little bit, and quality means you're buying something that will probably cost you more at the beginning, but will last you much longer. And that long-term investment, that's what the minimalist lifestyle is all about, buying for quality and keeping it pretty much for life. I'll give you an example. I had an old knife. It was a terrible knife. It couldn't cut anything, but it was my kitchen knife and it was really inexpensive. And then one year I decided, you know what, for my birthday, I'm gonna take some of my birthday money and I'm gonna go and buy a fabulous chef knife. And that's exactly what I did. And I've had that knife for about 4 years now. I take great care of it and it cuts like a charm, cuts like a samurai sword. So the idea here is, yeah, I spent a lot of money on it, but I was told when I bought that knife that those knives are passed down through generations. And that's what I want. I want that quality of a knife. Buying something for one specific purpose can end up not only costing you money, but making you have to store something that you don't really need. And then you'll hang on to it and you'll think, yeah, but maybe one day I'll need that thing. And then you never do. And then it just clutters up your space. So I'll give you a perfect example. A couple years ago, Chad and I joined Luke and his wife at a cottage that they had rented up north. And we had all these grand plans of going out on the lake, so we bought life jackets. Now, normally when Chad and I go out on the water, we go somewhere where we rent the water vessel, canoe, kayak, whatever it is, and life jackets come with that rental. But they didn't have any at the cottage, so we thought, okay, we'll just buy some. Well, guess what? We've had those life jackets in our garage for 2 years. While we were at the cottage, it rained the entire time, so we never ended up using them. But those life jackets still remain. And upon further conversation, Chad and I are just getting rid of the life jackets because we don't need them. And there's no point of hanging on to them because there's no opportunity in our near future that we're gonna use them. And if we go somewhere where we need life jackets, there's like a 94% chance that we're gonna be able to rent them. You're probably quite familiar with the 1 in, 1 out rule, which means anytime you bring something new into the house, you get rid of one item so that you can replace it, and that helps you net out with no additional clutter. But if you actually want to reduce the amount of stuff that you have at home and live that more minimalist lifestyle, this is actually Chad's idea, and I have to totally agree with him. He came up with this 1 in, 2 out rule. So if you pick up a new book, you get rid of 2 old books. If you get a new pair of jeans, you replace that new pair, you replace 2 old pairs with that 1 new pair. It's actually pretty great because even if you said to yourself, okay, I'm gonna do this for 60 days, think about how much extra stuff you would get rid of. And you'd have to look at your items so critically and say, what do I really need here? And is this new thing that I'm bringing in so much better than the 2 other things I'm going to be getting rid of? It really helps you be critical. We've talked about duplicates before, but it's for a really good reason. The more doubles, triples, quadruples of items that you have, the more clutter you have to deal with. Plus, you're running around your house like a chicken with its head cut off trying to find that one particular item. We're big proponents here, and this is something we do all the time. We look at duplicates and extras of whatever it is we have, we centralize everything, and we get rid of the ones that aren't great. So think about, wine bottle openers or beer bottle openers or scissors or screwdrivers, that kind of stuff. If you have duplicates, pick the best and get rid of the rest. We've all heard of the 5-second rule, But there's now the 6-second rule for minimalist living. And that is pick up the item and ask yourself, do I need this? Do I use this? Do I love this? And if you can't really answer yes to any of those questions, then you've probably explained to yourself why you don't need that item anymore. So I'm just thinking about, one of those as seen on TV stores, you buy an item and you think, oh yeah, this thing's gonna, make my abs tighter or make my bacon crispier or whatever it is. And then you buy it, you bring it home, you might use it 1 time, 2 times, and then you store it. And you think, maybe I'll use it one day. And you kind of never do. When you're going through your space, always be critical, pick up that item, give yourself 6 seconds, and really consider whether you need it or not. Sometimes we take on hobbies that require us to have items, supplies, or equipment. I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story. So Luke, the guy who works with us here at Clean My Space, him and Chad have been best friends since they were probably 10 years old. So that's what, 73 years now, I think. Anyway, Luke used to play hockey and he lives in a condo, and I gotta tell you, Luke is a very minimalist guy in his own home. So he brought us his hockey gear. He's like, guys, I live in a condo, you have a garage. Can you keep the hockey gear for me and I'll come pick it up every winter when I go and play? This was years ago. This guy played hockey for the last time, like 5 years ago. And that hockey equipment sits in our garage, is probably so dusty, I'm not gonna look at it, I'm not gonna smell it, but it is sitting there. Now, Luke, I've talked to him about this and he thinks, well, if I got rid of the hockey equipment, it would mean that I'd never play hockey again. And the truth is, that's not the case. But he hasn't played it in the past 5 years, and it is taking up clutter in our garage. So he has to make a decision. Either he's gonna start playing hockey or he's gonna get rid of that equipment, and if he does decide to play hockey again, he'll find a solution at that time. He can buy used equipment, he can rent equipment, there are lots of different options. And this doesn't only go for sports gear. Think about musical instruments or crafting hobbies, scuba diving, that kind of stuff. There are so many hobbies that come with expensive equipment. We buy this stuff, we have the best intentions, but we don't end up using it, and it clutters up our space. If you want to start living with less, you have to bring less into your home. And what that means is you have to be a critical shopper. So when you're out there picking items up, it's so easy to get sucked into a BOGO or a sale or a combo pack. But really think about what it is that you're bringing into your home. Do you need all of that stuff? In fact, Chad and I, for the past few years, this has been an ongoing thing with us. We owe it to each other when we're out shopping to challenge the other person and say, are you buying this because you need it, because you like it, or because it's on sale? And if the other person irrefutably needs and wants that thing, they will get that thing. But I can't tell you how many times both of us have said, you know what, I actually don't need this, and we just put it down. It's literally that 1 second gap that can make all the difference. I just want to be clear that when I talk about a minimalist lifestyle, I'm not talking about downsizing to a 400 square foot micro home with 1 plant in the corner. I'm just talking about finding ways to live with less. I have become a lot happier as I do that, and I really believe, and when I talk to other people, I know that it makes a difference for them too. So if you give it a try, you'll probably notice that there is a difference. So remember, it's not militant, it's just sort of changing up your lifestyle a little bit. And that leads me to this week's comment question. First of all, do you like this whole minimalist lifestyle idea, and do you like these videos? We have been talking about this at the CMS HQ. We have so many more tips, and if you guys are interested, we'll put another video together that can give you even more ideas. So let us know in the comments. And the other thing I'd love to know, so I told you Luke's story about the hockey gear, which he's going to get rid of today. My stuff is scuba diving equipment. I am a certified diver, but I'm 35. And the last time I went diving, I was 20. So I have all of this diving equipment. It's sitting in my basement and I have not used it in 15 years, legit 15 years, collecting dust. So I'd love to know in the comments down below, what do you have at home? That thing, the package of equipment, that musical instrument, whatever it is, what do you have in your house that you always say, I'm gonna get to it, I'm gonna use it, and you never do? Because maybe that's your first place to start. If you want to see what I'm up to during the rest of the week, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm at Melissa Maker. Here are a couple of other videos I think you're going to love. And if you want to learn more about Clean My Space, you can visit cleanmyspace.com. There's a button down there that lets me know you care. So click it if you liked this video, and click this button right here to subscribe. and begin your journey to a cleaner life. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.